Hey y'all, it's Tanya. BJ and I are back with more answers to Where Y'all Been? These are our experiences and our opinion. We hope you're being informed, inspired, and entertained. This look back for the end of 2021 includes our winter trip to Texas and the Florida Panhandle. We share details of our trip modifications and a travel tip on reservations. To get notified of future videos, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell. So back in the day, we owned an Expedition and we took many journeys in it. We drove that SUV to death, literally, because when we returned from our trip to New Orleans in 2015, it was tired and it retired. After our Expedition, we purchased a Toyota Camry or two, and that's been our main vehicle since. Now check this out. We went from a Ford Expedition to a Toyota Camry, right? Well, the word expedition means a journey that a group of people take with a particular purpose, like exploring. Then, Toyota's slogan is, "Let's go places." Isn't that something? We've been driving around inside Vision vehicles for years. In the second half of 2021, we went to Nassau County, Florida to visit with our families for Thanksgiving. BJ's family hosted at an event space in Amelia Island, and we spent most of our time there. Since we were near my family, we stopped by my aunt's home where everyone was gathered and said hello to everyone. In early December, we hung out in Raleigh, North Carolina for BJ's birthday. Then for Christmas break, we decided to go to Houston, Texas, and possibly venture off to San Antonio, Texas. So we verified our hotel discounts, reserved a room for our first stop, checked the extended forecast for the route we plan to take, and packed for our trip. If you've tuned in to several of our episodes, you probably already know that we didn't drive straight to Texas because we took the scenic and explorative routes. Our first day was on the Florida-Georgia border to visit family, go on a date to celebrate our anniversary, and attend an ugly Christmas sweater party with my family. Next, we plan to stay in the Florida Panhandle area for a few days. So as we were talking to family members, I kept mentioning that we were going to Pensacola Beach, which is where we've stayed in the past. BJ knew the hotel was Spring Hill Suites, and he knew I kept saying Pensacola Beach. So when he put in the directions, he used Spring Hill Suites, Pensacola Beach. Hours later, we arrived at the right hotel in the wrong city because our reservation was in Panama City Beach, Florida. Had we looked at the reservation before entering directions, we would have noticed it. We were grateful to still be at a great beach, and we didn't want to drive an additional 2 hours. So we tried and was successful in getting our reservation changed to the hotel we arrived at. Our next stay was in Baton, Texas, and on our way there we stopped in Baton Rouge, Louisiana to eat lunch, and we stopped by the Louisiana State University to see the Tiger football stadium and the Tiger at the stadium. Since we were still in a pandemic, we got in the habit of reviewing outbreak maps to let us know which areas of the U.S. we should avoid. As we reviewed the maps the first night in Texas, we realized that Houston was becoming a hot spot and not the best place to be. We also saw that Galveston, Texas seemed to be safe, and we chose to reserve a room there for a few nights and explore that area. We enjoyed our time in Galveston and noticed that there were not many hotels directly on the water. We thought it was interesting that the shoreline was completely visible to everyone, no matter what their status was. After we left Galveston by ferry, we went back to the Florida Panhandle and stayed in Fort Walton Beach. Then I still really wanted to stay in Panama City Beach like we planned at the beginning of our trip, so we splurged a little and stayed at the Hampton Inn beachfront in Panama City Beach for 2 nights. One place that we ventured off to while we were in the Panhandle is Destin, Florida, and we realized that that's a place that we'd like to explore more in the future. Places we ate include Fish House and Oyster Bar in Orange Park, Florida, In Jacksonville, Florida, we tried Bearded Pig and Mayday ice cream. We ate at Cafe Nola in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Clemenza's at Uptown in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Tailfins in Destin, Florida. In Pensacola Beach, Florida, we tried Calavera tacos at the Garden, Melt also at the Garden, The Reef, and Sam's Seafood and Grill. We loved Elsie's Plates in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We tried Mr. Ed's Oyster Bar in New Orleans, Louisiana. We also ate at Burns Original Barbecue in Houston, Texas. Then in Galveston, Texas, we tried Texas Pit Stop, Brick House Tavern, Saltgrass, Gino's, Patty Cakes Bakery, Don Donuts, and Russo's, New York. In Norfolk, Virginia, we ate at D-Egg and Felina's. In Virginia Beach, Virginia, we explored a little and tried 757 Korean barbecue. We also had Hot Tuna Bar and Grill, Yummy Crab, Bubba's Seafood Restaurant and Crab House, Dave's Barbecue, Rib City, Lil Bit Nola, and Dream Cake. In Greenville, North Carolina, we tried the Juicy Crab and JJ Wings. In Raleigh, North Carolina, we enjoyed Peddler Steakhouse and Yard House. We also ate at Mad Boar in Wallace, North Carolina, Deck House in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. In Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, we tried Blue Water Grill and South Beach Grill. In Wilmington, North Carolina, we ate at Rosalie's Trattoria, Lido Pizza, Mama Lucia, Chop House, Osteria Sacchetti, Will's Pizza, Primal Barbecue, Jimbo's, Nori Asian Fusion, Crave, The Maine Lobster. We also ate at Fork and Cork, Front Street Brewery, Platypus and Gnome, Throwback Bakery, and Brewster's Ice Cream. Some places that we played during this time include Carolina Beach Amusements in Carolina Beach, North Carolina on the boardwalk, Fat Daddy's Arcade in Destin, Florida, and Skywheel in Panama City Beach, Florida. Our travel tip is on reserving a resting place. When we started traveling as a couple, most of our trips were definitely spur of the moment, last minute trips. For example, in college, we took a trip to Myrtle Beach without reserving a hotel in advance. We just drove there and got a motel on the strip. With kids, there was a lot more planning involved because we were cautious of the types of spaces that we were in with them. We looked for places in safe areas of towns. We went for highly rated hotels, and we made reservations in advance. We started out reserving one room with 2 beds, one for us and one for the kids, because we didn't want to arrive to the hotel and they only had 1 king bed remaining. Then as our family grew in height and size, we reserved a suite with 2 beds and a pull-out sofa. Now, we didn't splurge on hotels frequently because we mainly used them to rest between adventures. We were willing to even stay on the outskirts of the city most of the time because we just wanted to be near wherever we wanted to explore. For trips that were a week or too long and crossed different regions, it took more planning to reserve rooms. We usually mapped out where we planned to stop in advance and booked hotels for each stop. We also kept in mind that hotel cancellation policies can differ for each reservation, even if the hotel name or brand is the same. This was helpful if we needed to change routes and hotels due to inclement weather, traffic difficulties, or COVID outbreaks, because we could cancel our reservations before the deadline and avoid penalties. It's time to rest in answering, where y'all been? If you enjoyed it, like it, and share it. To hear more, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell.